The morning after a truth always felt different. Amma sensed it the moment she stepped into the cool lobby of Myri Lux. The sun was out, the elevators humming, the staff moving in quiet patterns. But something in the air around her felt tighter, heavier, as if last night had shifted something she couldn't name yet. She clutched her handbag a little closer. The folded note, her note, lay warm against her palm from where she'd held it too long before slipping it into her purse. Ji-won's voice still echoed in her head. I haven't cared about someone in a long time, and I didn't know what to do with it. Words like that should have comforted her, should have made her feel seen. But Amma didn't fall easily anymore. Not after Toronto. Not after years of being an option instead of a choice. Not after learning how it felt to love a man who hid her in the shadows. She wasn't going through that again. And as she stepped further into the building, she inhaled quietly and reminded herself, stay grounded, stay sharp, don't lose yourself. Before we dive deeper, welcome. If you're returning from episode 1, I'm glad you're back. And if this is your first time here, don't worry. Just follow the emotions, follow the tension, and let the story guide you. Now breathe. Let's continue. Amma turned the corner into the main office and froze for a half second. Ji-won was there. He stood near the wide glass windows, talking with 2 senior team leads. His suit fit perfectly, his posture straight, his expression calm. To anyone else, he was exactly what a CEO should look like, composed, professional, controlled. But Amma noticed the details others missed. The slight stiffness in his shoulders, the way he avoided turning toward the entrance, the tiny flicker in his eyes when he finally did glance up and saw her walk in. He looked away too quickly, too sharply. It wasn't rejection. It wasn't disinterest. It was fear. Her chest tightened. Amma didn't know if she wanted to walk toward him or run in the opposite direction. So she chose neither. She simply walked straight ahead, silently, chin up, refusing to shrink, refusing to read too much into anything. Ji-won watched her pass, just for a second. Then he looked down at the papers in his hand, pretending he wasn't shaken. By the time Amma sat at her desk, she'd replayed the look in his eyes at least 5 times. Was he regretting last night? Was he overwhelmed? Was he distancing himself? She didn't want to think this hard. She didn't want her heart to be this loud. But feelings had a way of slipping through cracks. That was when the elevator doors slid open. Amma wasn't looking at first. She was focusing on her laptop, trying to drown her thoughts in spreadsheets and emails. But then the energy in the room shifted. People straightened subtly, voices lowered. Amma looked up. Seo-min, tall, poised, immaculate, her hair styled in a sleek twist, her heels clicking with quiet confidence, her presence cold, elegant, and sharp enough to slice the air. She didn't smile. She didn't greet anyone warmly. She scanned the room like she was measuring it, and everyone in it. Her gaze landed on Ji-won first. Something softened. Familiarity, history, connection. Then her eyes slid toward Amma, and the softness vanished. Amma felt the chill like a physical thing. Seo-min approached Ji-won with calm precision. "Good morning, Director Han," she said in Korean, her voice smooth. Ji-won nodded politely. "Morning. Welcome to your first official day." She smiled, polished but empty. "I'm looking forward to supporting the management team." Amma didn't miss the way Seo-min tilted her head slightly, looking at Ji-won with the kind of confidence that came from knowing him long before Amma ever entered this world. Ji-won cleared his throat lightly. "Seo-min worked on several international strategy projects with me," he said, loud enough for nearby staff to hear. Amma swallowed. Of course, they had history. That subtle pain crept up before she could push it away. Half an hour later, Seo-min approached Amma's desk with a clipboard. "Amma Williams?" she said coolly. Amma stood. "Yes, I've been going over the department workflow," Seo-min said, tone sweetened just enough to sound false. "Your background is Interesting for a company of this scale. That interesting wasn't a compliment. Amma's spine straightened. What do you mean? Seo-min clicked her pen, calm and superior. I noticed you haven't worked in Korea before. You're not familiar with our corporate culture yet. Myri Lux is demanding. I hope you can keep up. Amma blinked. It wasn't about competence. It wasn't about experience. This was personal. Amma stayed polite. I'm willing to learn. Good. Just don't take on more than you can handle. This place isn't easy for newcomers. Seo-min stepped closer. And it's even harder for people who don't quite fit. Something inside Amma stung deep and old. Seo-min stepped back and walked away. Amma stood frozen. Worse, Ji-won had been close enough to hear part of it. She saw the flicker in his eyes, the tension in his jaw. He'd heard something, but he said nothing. That silence settled into her chest like a bruise. Amma sat back down and breathed slowly, refusing to let tears prick her eyes. Not again. Not another man who stayed silent when she needed to be seen. Not another situation where she swallowed pain alone. She focused on her laptop, her heart slowly cooling. Ji-won watched her from across the room. Every time he looked up, she wasn't looking back. Every time he took a step toward her, she shifted away. Every time he opened his mouth to speak, she shut the moment down without a word. The distance hurt him more than he expected. But Amma was done being the only one who felt things. Amma didn't mean to avoid him, but she did. Every time she sensed him walking down the hallway, she slipped into a different corridor. Every time his footsteps echoed behind her, she sped up. Every time his name appeared in her inbox, she forced herself to reply with nothing but professional politeness. No warmth, no softness, no hints of the night they once shared. Her silence was sharp enough for Ji-won to feel it from across the building, and it bothered him more than it should. He waited until half the office left, waited until the lights dimmed to evening mode, waited until her screen was the only one still glowing. He approached quietly, but Amma felt him behind her before he said a word. Can we talk? He asked. Her fingers stilled on the keyboard. She didn't look at him. There's nothing to talk about. Amma. Something in the way he said her name, low, strained, made her chest tighten painfully. She slowly turned to him. His face was unreadable, but his eyes, they were tired, frustrated, wounded, concerned, all at once. You've been avoiding me, he said softly. And you've been silent, she replied. So we're even. The sting in her voice surprised him. This isn't what I wanted, he said. Amma gave a small, bitter laugh. Funny, because it feels exactly like what you wanted. What does that mean? It means I'm not stupid, she snapped quietly. You heard what she said. You heard how she spoke to me. And you didn't say anything. He inhaled sharply. You think I didn't want to? His voice was low, controlled. You think I didn't hear the disrespect? Then why didn't you speak up? Her voice wavered. Why did you act like it meant nothing? Amma. He stepped closer, then stopped himself as if afraid of crossing some invisible line. You know why? No, she whispered. I really don't. He clenched his jaw, struggling. If I stepped in, if I defended you, if I made it obvious I was taking your side. He swallowed hard. The entire office would think there was something between us. There is something between us, she shot back. Silence. Heavy. Breathless. Dangerous. His voice lowered. Not something I'm allowed to show. Not here. Not publicly. Not as your boss. And I'm supposed to be okay with that? She demanded. No, he whispered. But I don't know how to fix it. Amma looked away, her throat tight. I didn't ask for you to fix anything, she said quietly. I just needed to know I wasn't invisible. He flinched. You're not invisible. It feels like I am, she said. Ever since I got here. He exhaled slowly. like the truth was dragging itself out of him. I've spent years building a reputation that keeps this company stable. A single rumor about us could undo everything. And what about me? She said softly. What about the damage done on my side? The whispers about the foreign girl? The judgment? The looks? The idea that I don't belong here? Her eyes glistened. You get to protect yourself. But who protects me? Ji-won closed his eyes for a moment, as if her words struck the one place he wasn't guarded. Amma, his voice cracked slightly. I'm trying to protect both of us. That's not how it feels. He took a shaky breath and looked at her. Not as a CEO, not as a man calculating risks, but as someone who had run out of excuses. You think I don't want to choose you? He said quietly. Her heart stumbled. Choose. The word was a wound she hadn't healed from. She stepped back, needing space. I don't want to talk about choosing, she said softly. Not when the last man who used that word left me in pieces. Amma. His voice softened. You never told me the full story. And you, she countered. You told me you haven't cared about someone in a long time, but you didn't tell me why. His expression shifted. A shadow crossed his features, old, deep, painful. I didn't tell you because it isn't something I talk about, he said. Not easily. Not with anyone. She waited. And finally, he broke. My last relationship ended because my partner said I was too cold, he said quietly. Too controlled. Too unavailable. She wanted a man who could give her everything. And I couldn't. Not then. Not with the pressure I was under. He rubbed the back of his neck. She left. Married someone else within a year. A faint, hollow smile tugged at his lips. She said being with me felt like being alone. Amma's breath caught. That wasn't your fault. It felt like it, he said. For a long time. She swallowed gently. So now you're afraid, she whispered. Afraid to get close. Afraid you'll fail again. His eyes lifted to hers. And you, he said quietly. You're afraid because the last man didn't choose you. Amma felt something inside her twist. Two different heartbreaks. Two different scars. But the same fear. He took a step closer. So tell me, he said softly. What do we do with all this fear? Amma didn't move. She didn't breathe. I don't know, she whispered. But then, emotion rose fast between them, too fast, too heated, and their pain collided in the middle. You can't pull away every time you're scared, he said. And you can't hide every time you feel something, she replied. You keep shutting me out. So do you. You don't understand the risk for me. And you don't understand the risk for me. He stared at her, chest rising and falling, emotions cracking through the mask he always wore. This isn't just about us, he said. No, she said softly. It's about two people who want something but are terrified of what it might cost. Silence settled between them. Hurt, want, fear, hope, all tangled together. Before either of them could say more, a notification pinged on Amma's laptop. Urgent meeting. All department leads. Seo-min's name was on the agenda. Amma exhaled shakily. Ji-won saw her tension rising again. We're not done talking, he said quietly. We never are, she whispered. They walked out of the office together, but side by side had never felt so far apart. Amma entered the meeting room with her chest still tight, the echoes of her argument with Ji-won haunting her steps. The fluorescent lights were too bright, the air too cold, the atmosphere too stiff. She sat near the corner, silently, while team leads and senior managers filed in. Seo-min walked in last. Her heels clicked like punctuation marks, her expression cool as steel, her eyes landing on Amma with something that looked like satisfaction. Amma, she said lightly, the presentation file you prepared this morning, can you send it to the group? Amma frowned. I didn't prepare any presentation file for today. Seo-min raised a perfectly shaped eyebrow. You didn't. Her tone was too innocent, too soft, too rehearsed. Amma's heart fluttered uneasily. I wasn't assigned anything for this meeting, Amma said carefully. Murmurs rippled through the room. Xiaomin turned to the group. That's strange, because the draft I received from Amma Williams had several errors. Very unprofessional mistakes. Amma blinked. What draft? Xiaomin lifted her tablet and projected the file onto the meeting screen. Amma's stomach dropped. It was a document with her name on it. Sloppy formatting, incorrect numbers, mistranslations of Korean phrases, incomplete sections. So clearly fake. So clearly engineered to make her look incompetent. A trap. Her throat closed. I didn't make that, she whispered. Xiaomin crossed her arms. You're saying someone else used your name? Amma's voice shook slightly. I'm saying that is not my work. Xiaomin's look sharpened. Perhaps you aren't familiar with the expectations of our workplace. Here, attention to detail is crucial. And as I mentioned earlier, new employees often struggle to adapt. Her words landed like darts. Amma felt heat sting behind her eyes. Someone had sabotaged her, used her name, forged her work, and purposely humiliated her in front of the entire department. Ji-won stood in the doorway, watching. Their eyes met. Amma waited for him to say something. Anything. Even a small gesture of support. He stayed silent. Not a word. Not a defense. Not a single sign that he believed her. Something inside Amma cracked. Quietly, deeply. A team lead muttered, "This is why we should be more careful with foreign hires." The words hit Amma like a slap. She swallowed hard. Her voice trembled. "I didn't do this," she said again, stronger. Her hands clenched. "I don't deserve to be treated like I don't belong." Xiaomin smiled faintly. "That's debatable." Amma's chest tightened painfully. This wasn't just sabotage. It was cultural erasure. You don't belong here. You don't understand our system. You don't fit. Every message wrapped in polite cruelty. Finally, the meeting adjourned. Amma gathered her shaking hands, ready to leave the room, when Ji-won stepped forward. "Amma," he said softly. "Wait." Her breath hitched, but the pain was too raw. She walked past him. "Amma." She stopped, turned, looked at him with eyes full of betrayal. "You didn't say a word," she whispered. His jaw tensed. "It wasn't the right moment. I couldn't." "Couldn't what?" Her voice broke. "Couldn't defend me? Couldn't tell them to stop? Couldn't say I'm not a liar? Couldn't choose me even for a second?" He inhaled sharply. "Amma, you know how fragile this situation is. If I interfere, your culture won't allow it," she finished bitterly. His eyes darkened. "Amma." "No," she said, stepping closer. "I get it now. I really do. It's easier for you to protect your position, your reputation, your company, your rules, everything but me." He flinched. "It's not that simple. It is for me." She swallowed painfully. "I crossed an ocean thinking I could start over. I came here wanting a life that wasn't defined by someone else's choices. And now I'm standing here being blamed for something I didn't do, while you're just watching. Amma, I'm trying to find the right moment." "There is no right moment to support someone," she whispered. "You either do or you don't." Silence. He looked like she had punched the air out of him. "Amma, I cared that night," he said quietly. "I still don't," she whispered. She felt her throat burning. "Don't talk about that night like it meant anything." His face broke. "Amma." She forced out the words, even though they shattered her own heart. "Maybe that night meant nothing. Maybe you should have left it that way." Ji-won went completely still. For the first time since she'd met him, he looked hurt, truly hurt, as if she'd reached inside him and pulled something raw. "You don't mean that," he said softly. She blinked back tears. "I don't know what I mean anymore." She turned, walked toward the elevator, and pressed the button with trembling hands. Ji-won didn't follow, and that hurt most of all. Later that night, Amma sat at home staring at a blank wall, her chest tight, her vision blurry. She'd had enough. Enough of feeling out of place. Enough of being accused. Enough of loving people who wouldn't stand beside her. She grabbed her phone. She typed a resignation email. Her finger hovered over send. Then her phone buzzed. New message. From an unknown address. Subject: you should see this. Attachment: photo_001.jpg. Amma tapped it. Her blood ran cold. It was a picture of her and G1 in the airport hotel hallway, her head tilted toward him, his hand brushing hers, a moment too intimate, too familiar, too undeniable, from an angle that proved someone had been watching. Her phone slipped from her hand. Oh my God! Someone knew, someone saw, someone had evidence. Her mind raced. Who? When? Why? She picked up her phone again with shaking fingers, and at that exact moment, another notification appeared. Same photo, sent to the Myri Lux Executive Group email list. Her heart jumped violently. No, no, no. Before she could react, her doorbell rang sharply. 3 knocks. Hard. Urgent. Amma. G1's voice called, breathless. Please open the door. She froze. Amma, please. She opened the door. His face was pale, panicked, breath heavy like he'd run from the office straight to her apartment. His eyes met hers, and for the first time there was no mask, no control, no distance, just fear. Amma. His voice cracked. They sent the photo to my board. Her knees weakened. G1. I'm so sorry, he breathed. His voice was shaking. I should have protected you earlier. I should have stood up. I should have. G1. I can't lose you, he whispered, stepping closer, his voice trembling. I've been afraid all this time, afraid of repeating my past, afraid of ruining your future, afraid of letting my culture, my position, my fears swallow everything. His chest rose and fell unevenly. But seeing that photo, realizing they were watching you, realizing they were willing to destroy you just to get to me, his voice fell to a broken whisper. I can't stay afraid anymore. Amma felt tears spill silently. He stepped closer. One night didn't mean nothing. His voice shook. It meant everything. Terrified me. It still does. But losing you terrifies me more. She swallowed hard. G1. He lifted a trembling hand to her cheek. Slowly, cautiously, as if asking permission without words. Amma, he whispered, eyes locked on hers. Tell me not to cross this line, and I won't. Her breath hitched. Tell me to stay scared, and I will. Her heart pounded. But if you tell me you still want this, even a little, his voice broke. I'll fight for you, against them, against this company, against anything. She shook her head weakly. Why now? She whispered. Why only when everything is falling apart? Because I finally realized something, he said. Fear doesn't protect us. It isolates us. His thumb brushed her cheek, wiping her tear. And I'm done being alone. Amma's resolve cracked. All the hurt, all the longing, all the tension between them collided in the small space between their bodies. She stepped forward. Just an inch, but enough. G1 inhaled sharply, and something inside him snapped free. He cupped her face fully, gently but desperately, and she leaned into his touch like she'd been waiting for it since the moment she left that hotel room. Amma. His voice was a whisper, a plea, a confession. She looked up at him through trembling lashes. I still want this, she breathed, and that was all he needed. He closed the distance. Finally, fully, completely. His lips capturing hers in a kiss that was soft at first, then deep, emotional, full of everything they'd been holding back. The fear, the longing, the hurt, the hope, all of it poured into that moment. Amma's hands slid to his chest, gripping his shirt as if anchoring herself to him. G1 kissed her like someone who had been waiting too long, too afraid, too controlled. And now, finally free, the world outside vanished. Just them, their breath, their truth, their warmth, their future. Uncertain, messy, complicated, but finally shared. When he pulled back, his forehead rested against hers. We'll face whatever comes, he whispered. Together. Ama exhaled the breath she'd been holding for weeks. Finally unafraid. Finally seen. Finally chosen. And somewhere inside her chest, the beginning of a new story started to bloom. If you're still here, breathing slow, heart racing, wondering how two people with so much fear managed to finally choose each other, then thank you for staying with Ama and G1 through every moment of this journey. But now I want to hear from you. What would you do if you found love in a place where you felt you didn't belong? Would you fight for it? Or would you pull away to protect yourself? Tell me in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. And if this story touched you, made you hold your breath, made you feel something, please like this video, share it with someone who loves emotional dramas, and let me know. Do you want episode 3? Do you want to see what happens next for Ama and G1? Now that the photo is out, the company knows, and everything around them is only getting more complicated? Your comments decide everything. I'll be reading every single one. Thank you.